Welcome back to Band of Souls Cryptic Gaming here. So, wanted to do some stuff over here in our distillery. Also grab some Helm materials and do some farming and stuff and just kind of see how things are looking in the game. It's been a couple days since the new update. Managed to get La Peste pretty quick, which was awesome. But we had a comment asking me, or give me some advice rather, about doing some, excuse me, about doing forks for the home materials, and that is a great way to get stuff. Understand though, you want to make sure you have a team of 2 or 3 guys to make that happen. And while we could jump onto our Discord at any moment and pull the team together to do that with nary any problem at all, I think that I am going to do some ship farming because I'm always trying to test out what's going on with the ships and stuff like that in this game. So let us fast travel. We're going to pick up some helm materials. This is going to give us a wanted level when we destroy this helm ship, which is actually a good thing. So we're going to destroy the helm ship. We're going to grab those materials, bring it back. Then we're going to queue up some roving missions for delivery, and we're going to go out and do some farming. But it's been a few days, been dealing with some things around here. Did some live streaming, just took some time to enjoy some games. Been playing that Spider-Man 2, that's been awesome. So had a wonderful idea for it, so something you may be interested in for those of you who likes comic books and stuff. If you've ever played Spider-Man 2, you know how it ends. If not, you can watch it on our channel. It's going to have the whole playthrough. But at the end of it, I'm rewriting the ending to where Peter Parker actually dies. And that there is a scenario where some of the genetic material left over in his body that had some living cells from the symbiote, living cells from Peter Parker are then cloned into, guess what, making Ben Reilly, kind of a twist on that original storyline. But that is where the Scarlet Spider is going to come into. So we're going to start it off coming into Friday. I believe I'm going to post up Fridays. And I think I'm going to post that early in the morning, say about 4 a.m., just so people can kind of check it out if they want to. It's going to be kind of a comic book slash movie played through a game. So been working on it pretty hard. I just finished the first edition of it. Thinking I'm going to make 8 of them to start with. If they look like they're trending well and people are actually enjoying it, we're going to continue on with that saga. And as the Spider-Man 2 gets DLC releases to it, we're going to be able to add some new materials to that, kind of have an idea that of a direction I want to go with it, and we may end up having to break out some of the other Spider-Man games and stuff to make this comic a live action comic type of deal, where it's like if you're reading a comic book and then when you're turning the pages it turns into a nice video to watch. So that's kind of what we're looking at. We'll see how it works. I'm looking at some editing software. The first one came together pretty nice, just still a few tweaks I want to make to it, but definitely when that hits in there on Friday, let me know what you think about it, because I am just excited to get it going. Okay, let's see here. We want to dump some of this cargo here. Okay, then we want to move this stuff. Move all of that. And we got plenty of ammo. It shouldn't take much to get over here and get this guy. Okay, we need to come into our journal and mark our rover. I believe someone may have already sunk this one, it looks like. If one spawns in, I will make sure that we get one shot and let this guy get a shot, because I'm sure that's what he's doing up here too. So now we are waiting for the spawn. It's got me a shot on it. He's got him a shot on it. Okay, so that's going to complete all of our stuff. We now have our cargo. Let's go deliver. So I more or less do that to get that wanted level from the Helm. It's one of those things that's kind of optional, however you want to do it. But with that extra one level, they do tend to send a few more ships your way whenever you're carrying those rover missions. So that's one of the things I do when I set up a solo farm. And obviously, the more people you bring into it, the more ships you're going to have. One of the things I'm doing right now is we have a great team going up, but we're getting a lot of questions from people who maybe don't have a team. So definitely make sure you kick me a comment in there if you haven't gotten that Discord link. Or maybe you tried one on an older video, they expire after 7 days. There's no way around it. Just kick me a comment, say, hey, I want to join up, be part of the team, man, and we'll get you over there. We've got a very active community. Everyone seems to work well together. If you're coming new to the game, one of the things we enjoy is helping people get up to level pretty quick. But I'm definitely looking forward to more content within this game. The base game is just beautifully done. I've been very happy with the gameplay on it. Okay, so unfortunately, we are going to have to fast travel back to St. Anne briefly. That's just so I could pick up those rover missions. Actually, let me check something because I think I can actually pick some up here. It's a rogue trader. I don't believe that's the one I'm looking for. Nope. We're just going to travel St. Anne. It's going to be faster to run around on this island. So yeah, the last video I made, someone had seen the silver going down. Like, hey, your silver seems like it's getting depleted there, and you're not funding your bases. Well, I don't really chase the eights. I've got like 800,000 on it, and right now, basically, all I do is come on here and play some eights and stuff, or try to keep those factories running. So I think what I'm going to do right now is just build up a nice stockpile of silver, and just build that up for quite a while, man. I mean, we already hit the diamond rank within the Helm thing. I don't think you lose diamond rank. We'll double check it, but I'm pretty sure that was something that had to do with sovereigns. Now I noticed our weekly dropped like considerably. I mean, we went from 400s to like 3,000 or something like that. So check the leaderboard out. So seasonally 1122. Yeah, we're at 852 right now. So that's crazy, but we are still diamond ranked, so not too worried about that. Okay, we're going to come over here to our registry. We want to pick up these orders. We want a roving order. There we go. And I'm going to carry 2. Just because I'm crazy like that. Let's make sure we got everything we're going to need here. So we got a thing of rag out good, or ragu, whatever you pronounce it as. So there's our enhanced ones, repair kit ones. We're going to move this over to the warehouse. I do want to swing by the carpenter real quick. I'm going to show you one of the things I've been working on when I do get on here. I'm building those enhanced repair kit ones because really that's all you need when you're using the bark. It does such a great job of boosting the heals, and that's without using that furniture as well. Now there is a furniture that's going to increase that even more, but the base stats, it seems to work fine. But I would recommend, if you're going to do something, you could always change that furniture out if you wanted to. But what I'm doing is I'm coming over here to convert some of these. Let's see here. So first I want to build repair kit ones because we've got a ton of materials for that. Okay. Enhanced repair kit ones next. Now I think these twos require repair kit twos is what it looks like it says. This does restore health by 70%. I don't know what the cooldown time is on that. That's something we might look at. But I mean, we could go ahead and start converting some of those over because we got like 400 of it. So okay, now let's go to our ship. Make sure we're not carrying all that stuff. Yeah, definitely don't want to be carrying all that. Okay, looks like we're ready to set sail. I know most of the guys in our Discord, well, guys and gals, in the Discord, man. I think we're all kind of on the page, like waiting for the next big release on here. Now, the bosses and stuff that they do are great. Obviously, we're ready for them to take it to the next level, and they are going to get there. That's one of the things we've seen in the roadmap. Discuss some of that tonight. Within the roadmap, there's not really anything major. It looks like there's going to be some rotations. It's going to bring Jaws of Retribution back before the end of the season. So, which we kind of figured they would do because them scales are used for more than just Ouroboros armor. Okay, so we are looking for those nice Helm ships to come strolling on through. There's a couple. Like I say, with these, because you are farming them, remember you're doing the farming, so you want to get them when they pop. Yeah, just wanted to make sure that was a Helm ship. Sometimes them campaigny royal sails will look dark when it's the night settings are real cloudy. Pretty good hit, I think. Right, baby. Going down. Just don't realize it yet. I'm pretty sure we grabbed the other guy's stuff. Alright. And so what I typically do is after that first set, which is usually right around this area, you want to take and make you a marker because you want to make sure that you're battling towards your helm ship here. Now, as to when you decide to take out that liaison, again, don't sell them any gold skull. You want to use that to convert to silver. You want to just shoot everything that's here, farm as much as you want. There's a port down there so you can actually take and take your goods in and just sit there and just do that for a while, man. And there for a long time, that's all I was doing in the game. There, that and then farming up the Roadman Godin or Lopest or the Zamharabu whenever they released those new contents that had those special drops. I mean, we were on it, man. I don't think there was a single evening went by when there wasn't at least 8 or 12 of us on in one of the chat rooms at a time, and we've got 6 chat rooms. They've been hopping here lately, which is really cool to see. Well, yeah, man. So make sure that you've subscribed. Look over in our playlist. You're going to see something called the Weekly Bugle. That's where that Spider-Man 2 game, the main story is in. And like I said, we're starting a new Scarlet Spider series with it, kind of playing around. But it's just something to do for fun. I remember reading the Scarlet Spider as a kid, man, and just the storyline was phenomenal. And of course, the Symbiote Wars, for those who remember that, they did a pretty decent job of portraying it in the game. But now, obviously, a lot of stuff had changed in it, as far as the story and all. But hey, if you remember, we're supposed to be in a Spider Verse. I don't recall there ever being was it Miles Morales, I think his name is. I don't remember one being back in the day, but like I say, there's Spider Verse, so it opens up new opportunities. So I figured that'd be a great way for us to, kind of have some fun with it. And I would definitely like to get some comments and input in on some of that stuff as well. Over on those videos, some things maybe you'd like to see happen in the game. Now I understand some of it we can make happen between the two Spider-Man games, but some of it I'm not a draftsman that can create games and stuff, whatever they call those gaming engineers, programmers. But I'm pretty handy with moving stuff around and making it look pretty presentable. So we'll see what we can do. I think it'll be cool either way. Okay, what do we got here? This is garbage. Old star charts, man. Can't believe they're still out here. What's surprising to me is the sheer lack of the rogues, man. It's crazy. Yeah, there they go. Okay, a lot of times you got to move your camera around, look behind you, and it'll make it spawn in front. But yeah, man, it's the other day we did this. I was hopping here Monday, just before the server reset, and we were out doing some farming and stuff, and we were kicking in some numbers. It was pretty nice. And bracing up. And say two contracts isn't going to cover you up too bad. I love this battle bark build. We posted it up and had some comments in from some of the guys that have been playing with us for a long time. Like, man, I went ahead and gave it a try because I figured it was going to be, basic stuff. But it sounds like everyone's been kind of happy with it, so that's pretty awesome. I need to get in and see how. I need to get in and see how exactly the spawn rates are looking on some of these world events. So we got something called an exotic shipment. I'm not ran that, I don't think. So that might actually be pretty good to check out with a team. I mean, Mike could take it. I don't know. I have to look and see. One of the things that gets me with it is it seems like the distances have gotten shorter. So even though you can solo it and you can do enough damage to eventually win it all, you're going to miss at least one of those key ships. One of the great things about using the sandbuck is it does such massive damage, man. It can usually take it out in time. But you might end up dying a couple times, so you either need to have that maintenance forge or the Ouroboros armor on there, which I usually run the Ouroboros on it. For that specific reason, it takes away from reducing my DPS. I expected it's going to get sunk. It just kind of is what it is. It's one of those ships that doesn't have a high survivability because it's a DPS character. And that's typically, think about like World of Warships. You have your high DPS um, ships over there, your destroyers, and then you have your battleships. They do good DPS, but they're slow and they're a tank, so you don't get to shoot as often with it. So you can get in and survive with the destroyer, but you might not. So it's kind of the same principle of those types of games, which is pretty cool. I'm hoping to see something in season two, where the PvP is going to be more of a structured set of goals. Like we could join into PvP type situations where it could be 2 against 2, or a battle setup of 8 players, 4 teams of 2, or something. Would be kind of cool. Now it's great to just kind of go around with just guys and all, but man, it can be a lot of fun to test our ships against each other and run those types of missions as well. Of course, then you're going to have the guys who are throwing missions to help each other out as well. But hey, that's part of teamwork. But then of course you're going to have those tryhards who come in there just one guy. So we'll have to see how that works out in the end. Man, let me look behind me. There's a lot of DMC ships, and that can actually slow your spawn rate down. Because you got to figure the server's working off of a thing to so many ships on the sea at one time. I know those numbers had messed up a little bit in the past. Not worried about the gear from it. Guess that one kept going. Okay, so looks like we have some of our Helm ships up here. I say some. Looks like there's a bunch of Helm ships up here. Not sure what's going on. Maybe we've got some kind of glitch. That'd be cool. I think we can survive it. That's when it gets fun. That's one of the reasons I love to run this, because sometimes it'll just keep like mass spawning ships. If it gets too crazy, I'll jump in Discord and let everybody know what's going on, and everybody come down here and have a good old time. Oh, come on. Long relay on that. It's always faster to board those little fellers. I'm seeing skirmishers and helms, campaignies, more helms, sweet. And even if you're not blowing them up, guys, one thing to remember is that loot staying in the bay. When an NPC destroys a ship, you pick the loot up. So that's going to be a great option here. We're going to trim this down to full sails, no trim, just so our brace lasts longer. See that, boy? Why are you running? And there's just a sharpshooter. And you can always hit sails. If you can't get a good shot at him, just hit his sails. Alright, so there was one down around here somewhere. There it was. Let's turn this bad boy around. And I believe that's the liaison. Nope, that's a sharpshooter. There's the liaison up there. Now what you don't want to do is accidentally shoot that helm before you're done, because it's going to complete your roving missions out. You'll get your 8s, but you're not going to be able to farm any more helm materials. So just kind of tool around, see if you can find, and there's just a couple up there. Yeah, so for some direction and all of what we're going to do with the channel here in the future. So obviously we want to be bringing in more games. By no means are we abandoning this game. You will see content on it. Kind of focus in on if you're finding new ways to farm, new silver production methods as they release content in the game. Just some nice friendly chat coming in. A lot of times I like to send up a stream. Unfortunately, I have this game on the Xbox, not the PlayStation. Unless I get PlayStation Plus, there's really no way to transfer it over without buying another game. So I'm still playing this on the Xbox, so I don't really get to do those live streams like I can with the PlayStation, at least over here on YouTube. So I do have a Twitch account, Cryptic Gaming 723. Come on, buddy. Oh, somebody got torpedoed. Somebody is me. Where you at? There you are. Don't want to hit that one. Got us some more. So I noticed this was sitting off to its side by itself. My guess is skirmisher. I think that's the one with torpedoes, and the other one is called a broadsider, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. The skirmisher is going to do more damage, so let's see if we can take it out. But I got to get the sharpshooter too, because this thing here will knock in a couple shots pretty easy. Going down. You get a lot of good payouts, and the commodities as well, man. The frankincense, the vanilla, and all that kind of stuff you can sell for good amount of silver. You can find a lot of paintings and stuff out here. Typically not so much on the actual ships, but just floating around, especially after these storms push through. I guess they washing stuff off the DMC ships. You can get a few actually taking the ship, but I believe you got to board it to increase your chances of it. Yeah, I've been playing Helldivers. That's been a fun game. Probably my favorite right now, outside of Skull and Bones, is Rise of the Ronin. I am loving. I mean, that is an in-depth RPG though, so it can very easily consume your time. So that's something you're gonna have to keep an eye on. If you don't have a lot of time, maybe you got kids or you got a pretty demanding job. That game could, it could fill your day in, but don't do like those people were doing back in, I think it was the 90s when everyone was losing their jobs on World of Warcraft. That was insane, but it happened, man. And I can understand when you have those interesting storylines getting caught into those kind of grinds. It's happened. Not to a point that I lost a job or anything, but it's definitely happened. Okay, I'm gonna go dump this cargo here. It's only half full, but I'm gonna kind of venture up into the storm a little way. Sometimes you'll get a few more spawns up that way. But I'm actually excited about the Scarlet Spider series, man. It's just kind of one of those things that trying to remember the comics because I don't want to copy the storyline, but I want to see like deviations come into it, kind of how they did with the Spider-Man game. It kind of flows good with it. And honestly, when it comes to Spider-Man movies and Spider-Man games, I think it's time to start bringing out some of the other content that they had in those comics. That the origin story is always the same stuff, but there were so many different villains that they've never had on the big screen. That would be really cool. And I think a Scarlet Spider-Man, I think, oh, I think it's Disney owns the rights to that now. So who knows if that would ever happen. But I would love to see if Sony could actually get some rights to work in some Venom cross-play and stuff like that too. That would be cool for Symbiote Wars. I wasn't real happy with the Absolute Carnage movie. The reason for that is reading those comic lines, man. They were just. I mean, it was not your typical Aquaman, Superman fighting for justice and stuff. I mean, it was just insane the way that those types of comics were drawn out, and that's where your anti-heroes and stuff come in. They're not really a bad guy, but they're not really a hero either. Okay, I need to manage this cargo. You get a lot of ballista bolts. That's coming off of those sharpshooters. That's what they're hitting you with, some kind of ballista. And it's not that I don't like the ballista. To me, the ballista seems slow on its aim and reload. I don't know. I know it's technically supposed to be faster, but I do more damage quicker with these demis, I think. But that's probably because of my preferred gameplay. I don't really care about chasing way behind something. If it's going to come to me to fight, it's going to come to me to fight. Or it's going to run the other way and it'll come back around. So there's our liaison sitting out here. Actually, that's that J LaForce. So there's the Helm ship. There's the rogue. Yes, sir. You can trim your sails if you want to. I'm gaining on you, buddy. But Gen sells pretty good too, so keep an eye out for those floating packages. Alright, let's get full trim. We gotta catch this guy. Man, he's down. You know, something that would be fun to play in co-op, but I think it's only a two player is that Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I actually used to have the Ubisoft Plus and played it right before it released, and it was fun. It was really cool. It was reminiscent of Far Cry Primal, but it wasn't just a reskinning of the map. It was that good and engaging. So I might go that route again later. Looks like there's a lot of new Assassin's Creed things coming out, so I think I'm probably going to renew my subscription around that time. It's one of those things where certain games, when I play them after I beat them, I usually don't go back to them. That's why I like MMORPGs that always have some kind of improvement for your characters and stuff, even if it's just basic download materials. New quest line or something is always a lot of fun. Yeah, we should be getting a spawn here shortly. But yeah, if you're looking for a really good ship, just do some farming with whatever style farming it is. This is a great one. It's going to hold up pretty good in PvP. Now, typically, whenever I do run PvP, is I'll remove the water tank off of this thing and put on the what is it called, the rope tackle or something like that. I forget now, but rigging station. I'd put on rigging station, and that usually does a pretty good job in PvP. And let me tell you, this ship will drive people nuts because they'll think they just about got you, and it starts to work off of that rigging station, and it starts to work off of your Black Prince armor as well. That 33% damage once they get you down, it'll hold. I mean, it'll hold that stuff until you can actually pop a repair kit. And because you have those enhanced ones, and we're using enhanced twos, they replenish in 40 seconds on the ones. If you use a standard two, it's going to be 45 seconds. I'm not sure what the difference is between the enhanced two and the regular two. We'll have to see what that is here. My guess is it's probably going to be 50 seconds because the enhanced one's about 5 seconds longer on reload than a standard one. Okay, I was pretty sure there's another ship up around here. Maybe we grabbed it. We're going to check the area anyway. It's the only bad thing about not grabbing the gear as soon as it drops. But I'm pretty sure we grabbed it. If not, it will float and it'll make a little package here shortly. Oh, we boarded it, didn't we? Yeah, that's what happened. I boarded that sharpshooter. So we're going to take out some of these DMC ships. If I could hit them with a mortar, would help. Go ahead and give him a little double whammy there. Okay, now we should be able to head back over to this fog. Should start spawning. We're going to trim down to full sail, no trim. And we'll bring it to half sail. Moving slower can actually help with the spawn rate, believe it or not. There's a DMC ship kind of close, so go ahead and take it out. The more ships you remove, the more it should allow you to spawn in. Can't make it out. By its size and shape, we'll say a DMC snow. Alright, heading back north. Something to fill the cargo up. There you are. Alright, so I'm going to continue to farm this out, guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening and a beautiful day tomorrow. I'm going to hop off here.